It's a good day. It's gonna be a good day, guys. This weekend was horrible. I was emotional and depressed and really miserable and a lot of pain, and I couldn't breathe. And last night was, I think I can easily say it was the worst night of sleep I've ever had in my life. And I'll get into that in a minute if I remember. But today I can breathe. I'm very excited. I can breathe out of my nose and my mouth, obviously. But yesterday, the day before, I couldn't really breathe out of my nose. And today I can, which is really exciting. It's the small things I have to appreciate with this pregnancy, but like, I really thought that that's just how it was gonna be the rest of my pregnancy. I'm really grateful that today, for some reason, I'm able to not be congested. It's really incredible. I feel awful today, but like, I can at least breathe, so that's great. My pelvic pain is probably the worst it's been so far. Like, it is, I can feel it progressively getting worse and worse, and it's really bad today, but that's okay. I can breathe. That's great. So I'm going to make some dinner in a crock pot tonight, and I wanted to know if anyone else is like this. So I look up the recipe online and I have to write it down.
Like, I have to.
So look it up on my phone, like the instructions are on my phone, and I have my phone in the kitchen when I'm like making the food. But for some reason, my brain can't comprehend like what I'm reading when it's on my phone. I can only if I write it down. Is anyone else like that? Is that just a weird me thing? It's not like I memorize it by writing it down. I don't know why, I just like, I need to see it. I need to see the ingredients written down on a piece of paper, and I need to see the instructions written down on a piece of paper. I think it's because there's too much on my phone. I get distracted. Like, there's reviews and pictures and stories of their last summer in the Hamptons and all this stuff, and you have to scroll. You like look at the instructions and you have to scroll to find the right moment of the, I don't know why, but I cannot, like, I have such a hard time following recipes on my phone. I have to write them down. So that's what I'm about to do. Before I do that, I'll tell you about my night last night, and I'll try to talk about it really fast because everyone, I'm sure, is overhearing about it. But at night, my symptoms are the worst. Well, in the mornings are pretty bad too, but at night they're really bad. So I get, when I'm going to bed, heartburn, really bad heartburn. My pelvic pain is really bad. My hip pain is bad. I get restless legs, which sucks. Like, oh my gosh, restless legs are so frustrating. And then I get insomnia. And so those are the things that I deal with at night. So last night I could not breathe out of my nose. So I had a humidifier on trying to help, but it didn't help. But every time I laid down, and I had like 6 pillows, so I basically wasn't even laying down. I feel like the incline order was like that. Like, I feel like that's how far back I was laying. When I would lay back at all, it made my heartburn really bad. And I couldn't breathe out of my nose, so I could only breathe out of my mouth. So I'm trying to breathe out of my mouth, but my heartburn was so bad that like, I felt like I was choking on like vomit if I laid back at all. Because it would just like everything from my stomach would just bubble up whenever I laid back down. I took heartburn medicine, everything, didn't matter. And moving was painful, like sitting up, turning over from side to side. And also you can't lay on your back when you're pregnant. So well, at this point in my pregnancy, I'm on an incline like this, but I'm also like on my side. And so if I want to turn to the other side, it's like, I can't explain the pain. It's the worst pain in the world. So anyway, last night was like every 10 seconds I had to rotate from like laying down to try to sleep and then feeling like, oh, I'm about to vomit because of the heartburn and nausea. So I would sit up and kind of like burp and like basically vomit in my mouth. Like, it was so gross. Just to get like, sit like that for a little bit, just to get to the point where I could breathe again out of my mouth, because I couldn't breathe out of my nose. And then I'd lay back down and it would start the whole process over again. Like, just lay down, get up, lay down, sit up, lay down, sit up. But like in between burping and vomiting and like blowing my nose, it was hours and hours and hours of doing that just constantly. It was so frustrating. And every time I sat up or I laid back down, my pelvic pain was like excruciating. It was so bad. And I was so tired. All I wanted to do was lay down and go to sleep. But every time I laid down, I felt like I was choking and suffocating, couldn't breathe. And eventually, I think at like 3 or 4, I was able to fall asleep. Now today, I don't feel like congested. I just feel really tired and I'm in pain, but I'm not congested anymore, yay. So anyway, that's my story. Boring, blah, blah, blah. I'm gonna write down my recipe, goodbye. All right, I'm about to film Miranda, hopefully. We'll see. I always have plans for this. I got the lipstick on, so I'm almost there. But baby boy is so low today and he's moving so much. It feels like he could just reach his hand out and I could hold his hand. That's how low he feels. He feels so low and he's kicking like crazy and it is so uncomfortable. He's so little that they're not like painful kicks. It's almost like someone's like aggressively tickling me from the inside. So I feel like that but from the inside, like on my bladder, on my pelvic bone, and it's like been nonstop for the last 20 minutes, and it's literally so strange feeling that it's making me nauseous. He's not hurting me, but it's just like such an uncomfortable, like every time he does it, I twinge. And I remember Flynn moving around a lot in me, but like he was never that low. I think just because there's no room for the both babies, he's super low and she's super high. Like that's just where he's got to kick and where that's his spot. So like, oh my gosh, guys. It is, I can't even explain how weird it is. And another weird thing is that I can see her moving now. She moves a lot and I can like literally see my skin moving when she moves. I can't see him because he's so low, he's like under my belly. So I've never seen him move through the skin, but like, oh, I have to like lift up my tummy. So like I'm holding it because it's like so uncomfortable. It's literally like I'm holding him right now because that's where he is and that's where he's moving around so much. But like all this area is the only area I can see, and this is kind of up where she is. She's like up and she's like here-ish. And he's kind of here-ish. But right now he's like so low and it's so uncomfortable. I really can't, it really feels like someone's aggressively tickling me from the inside. It's weird. Hopefully I'll be able to film a Miranda video soon. Right now I'm just trying to gather the energy, which I do not have right now. All right, here we go. Oh, you guys, I'm so disappointed. I filmed a video. It's so wild. Like, if this was my first pregnancy, I'd be sobbing right now. But I know this feeling ends, and so like I'm okay. I am so drained and so exhausted from filming one Miranda video. It took me like 2 hours, like an hour and a half, and I wanted to film at least 2 videos and like maybe a few TikToks and just get it all filmed today for like the next couple weeks. And I literally cannot. Like, I mean, I could, but I feel like I need to listen to my body, and my body is telling me to stop. I am so tired and so drained and out of breath, and like everything hurts. And I remember feeling this way when I was pregnant with Flynn and thinking this is how I would feel forever, and being so sad and being like, my career is over, like my life is over, I'll never be able to do anything that I like enjoy ever again. Because it's really frustrating to like want to film all these videos, and like back in the day I could film multiple videos in a day and still have tons of energy. It doesn't exist for me now. So like even filming one video is like, I'm sorry, this is like not something I should be complaining about. So I'm just saying I'm tired and I'm shocked, and I'm gonna listen to my body, and my body's saying stop, like rest. So I'm gonna stop now and I'm gonna rest for a little bit, and then I'm gonna make some dinner and play with my kid. Oh my god, I could literally fall asleep right now. This is crazy how easy it is for me to get exhausted. Wild. Oh, it's wild. Grandpa is here. My son's grandpa, my father, not my grandpa. And he brought Flynn a big truck.
Robo-dog.
Robo-dog? Okay.
And he's gonna go down the ramp.
What? How does it work? Wow, are you kidding me?
Robo-dog works.
Then what? Wow! Oh my gosh, this is the coolest truck I've ever seen, Flynn. He's obsessed with this thing. You love this?
Yeah, look, there's a bridge.
A bridge?
Look.
Holy smokes.
Show your mama how you close it up.
Yeah, how do you close it?
This.
Okay.
Like this.
Mm-hmm.
Like this.
Okay.
This.
Uh-huh. Did you close the squirrel guy?
Close the squirrel guy. Come on.
Whoa, check it out, dude.
See?
I see.
See Robodot?
Yeah. This is his new favorite thing in the whole universe.
It opens like this.
Oh, who's this? This is Rocky?
Yeah.
Whoa! Obsessed. Okay guys, so hello. A lot to discuss. I don't think I vlogged very much today. It really took it out of me to film that Miranda video. It took so much out of me and I just was so tired. And then I made dinner because my dad's in town. My dad and my brother are in town because they have an appointment tomorrow here in LA. So they are here to spend the night, which is awesome and so fun. I love my family, which is probably another reason I'm like in better spirits today. Like anytime I get to be with my family, I'm like really happy. And so I made dinner. I made like ribs and mashed potatoes and corn and stuffing and broccoli and biscuits and like all this stuff. And Kory came over for dinner. So we're all sitting at the dinner table. It's my dad, Trent, Kory, Eric, me, and Flynn. And Flynn, like it was the funniest he's ever been. I won't even be able to explain it. It was so funny, but I'm gonna try. So we're sitting at the dinner table and we're all eating, and Flynn goes, he's like talking about, he was eating ice cream at this point, avocado ice cream. So I don't even know if that counts as real ice cream, but anyway, he's eating it and he goes, I finished all my ice cream. It's really good. And then he like cuts himself off. He like changed subjects drastically, and he just goes like, I just went pee-pee. We all just kind of laughed, and he goes, gotta change my diaper. And then we laughed again because it was funny, and so we laughed, and so then he started laughing because we were laughing. So he said it again. He's like, gotta change my diaper, because then like once he gets a laugh, he's like, oh, I'm funny, like I'm gonna keep this up. So then he said it again. He's all, gotta change my diaper, and then we laughed again, and then he said it again. He kept saying it over and over again. So we're like, ha ha ha, Flynn, like it was funny the first time. So we're kind of like humoring him with fake laughter for a while, and then we just kind of start eating again and talking amongst each other. But Flynn kept saying, gotta change my diaper, and no one was laughing. And so then he goes, everybody, you can laugh. He said it just like that with like this attitude of like, hello, why are you laughing at me? Like we laughed so hard. He's literally, I wrote it down because it was so funny because I didn't want to ever forget it. But it was so hysterical. We were all just like crying, laughing. He is so freaking funny. I love that kid. So anyway, even though today I am in a lot of pain, and I've kind of been on and off today with like nausea and weakness and exhaustion and like feeling like I'm gonna pass out, and you know, the pain is bad. I've been able to breathe for the most part. There's been a couple moments today where I was congested, but overall I can breathe way better than I could yesterday. And I got to spend time with some family. Flynn is just the best. I would not survive without him. Like he's so funny. So I'm in good spirits. And I'm a happy camper. I am overwhelmed and tired. I feel pregnant, guys. I feel very pregnant. Oh, you know what we gotta do? I'm officially 24 weeks. So I gotta give you guys all the info on the 24 week. Oh, you know what? I looked this morning with Kory. It's not good. Okay, so this app says the babies are as big as an Atlantic puffin. I don't know what that is, but I can change the themes. And for fruits and vegetables, it says it's as big as a garden eggplant. In fun and games, it says a G.I. Joe. So it's kind of weird because 2 weeks ago or last week it was a Barbie, and I feel like G.I. Joes and Barbies are the same size, but whatever. And the other app, this one is what threw me. It says your baby is as big as a pomegranate. A pomegranate is much smaller than a G.I. Joe and an eggplant. Like a pomegranate's like this big. So I don't know where they're getting that. And then in movie and TV props, it says your baby's as big as order of cheese fries from Mean Girls, which that seems really small too. And 80s, 90s nostalgia as big as a Sega Game Gear. So it's like, they're all different sizes. I don't know what to believe anymore. I'm in month 6 of my pregnancy. The baby is 11.5 inches long and weighs 1 pound, but I saw my babies a couple days ago and they're both bigger than that, so overachiever. So now they're growing at a rate of 6 ounces per week. Whew, that's a lot. Their face is formed. They can basically hear right now, which is pretty exciting. Let's look at what symptoms. Belly button changes. My belly button might become an outie. Okay. I'm a little ahead of the curve with that one. Did that make you all scream? It was so terrifying. Yeah, my belly button has been poked out since like 2nd month. My belly button had popped out. Swelling. I didn't really get swelling with Flynn, so I'm hoping I don't get swelling. Yeah, there's not really any like new symptoms this thing talks about. So this is the size of their feet compared to like a baby foot. So like this is what a real baby foot looks like. That's the hand. So like, I mean, it's a tiny hand, it's a tiny foot, but they're getting pretty big in there. I'm pretty proud of them. Anyway, I love you guys. I don't have much else to say, so I'm gonna go soak in the bath and go to bed. I love you, and maybe I'll see you tomorrow if I remember to vlog. Who knows? Goodbye.
You can relax. Colleen and Eric have a podcast. The world is scary and we're locked in our home, but now we have big microphones, so you can relax. That's the name of our podcast.